So today we're looking at one specific group from this quest.
Yep, Group 81. The title Greenstrokes gave it is, it's been a long time since that rock and roll.
Ooh, okay. That definitely sets a tone. Sounds like we're in for some heavy hitters, maybe.
You could say that. Greenstrokes themselves called it a high-quality, tough, and close group. And, well, they weren't wrong. It's a really interesting lineup.
And just to give a sense of scale here, Group 81, that means they've already gone through 80 of these random groupings. Phew.
Yeah, 80 groups down. It's a serious commitment to the quest.
So who actually ended up in this Group 81, this tough and close group?
Okay, so the 4 contenders were Marillion with their album Brave.
Okay, prog rock territory.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, the best of George Michael.
A compilation. Interesting. That changes things, doesn't it?
It does. Then Led Zeppelin 4.
Whoa. Okay, the Led Zeppelin 4, right?
Yep. And finally, Human Racing by Nick Kershaw.
Wow, that is eclectic, isn't it? Prog, pop compilation, classic rock cornerstone, and 80s synth pop.
Exactly. Like you
Right.
said, eclectic. And you can immediately see why Greenstrokes flagged it as tough. How do you even start comparing those?
Right. It's not like comparing 4 albums from the same genre or era. This forces you to think really differently about what makes an album good or better.
Precisely. It's not about genre loyalty here. It's a direct face-off based on, well, whatever criteria Greenstrokes decided mattered most in that moment.
So that tough and close description feels pretty spot on then. A clash of titans from completely different worlds.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get into it. The rankings for Group 81. Where did Greenstrokes land? Let's start maybe from the bottom. Who didn't make the cut?
All right. So coming in at 4th place, and therefore eliminated from the quest at this stage, was Nick Kershaw's debut, Human Racing.
Ah, Human Racing. Okay. Lots of big hits on that one.
Yeah, Greenstrokes called it a polished debut, which feels fair. You've got Wouldn't It Be Good, I Won't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, Cloak and Dagger, massive songs in the 80s.
Huge. Still get played today, so why 4th?
Well, the key phrase Greenstrokes used was that it melted away against the strong competition here.
Melted away. So it's less about the album being bad and more about the sheer strength of the other 3.
I think that's exactly it. It's like, is a really well-made, successful pop album from its time enough to stand up against, well, Led Zeppelin 4, for instance?
Yeah, that's a tough comparison for almost anything.
Right. So it speaks volumes about the other contenders, doesn't it? That an album like Human Racing ends up 4th.
Yeah, it really does. It sets an incredibly high bar right from the start. Makes you wonder what it takes to even get into the top 2 in a group like this. Okay, so that's 4th place. Moving up, who landed in 3rd? Just missing out on qualifying.
That would be Marillion's concept album, Brave, from 1994.
Brave. Okay, a very different beast from Human Racing, a big, immersive prog album.
Exactly. And Greenstrokes did give it specific praise. They said it showed truly outstanding moments and specifically mentioned tracks like Runaway and Lap of Luxury.
So acknowledged the quality, but still didn't quite make it. Why not?
Well, apparently it was incredibly close, described as neck and neck with the album that came second.
Ah, okay, so a real photo finish almost.
Seems like it. Maybe, and this is just speculating, but maybe a complex, sprawling concept album, even a great one, finds it harder in this kind of direct comparison, especially against more immediate stuff.
That makes sense. Brave is an album you kind of have to live with, soak in, right? It's not just instant hits.
Right. It demands a bit more from the listener. Maybe that put it just slightly behind in this specific 4-way race, but coming that close shows its strength.
Definitely. 3rd place in this group is still pretty impressive. All right, so we have 3rd and 4th. That means the top 2, the qualifiers moving on in this album quest, are George Michael and Led Zeppelin. Which order did they finish in? Who got 2nd place?
Securing the 2nd qualifying spot was George Michael's Ladies and Gentlemen.
The compilation album. Okay. Interesting choice over Brave.
Yeah, Greenstrokes was pretty clear on this one. Stated it exceeds Human Racing, if I'm honest.
Fair enough.
And then the decider against Marillion sneaks it over Brave, quote, hand on heart.
Hand on heart. Okay, sounds like a conviction choice.
And wrapped it up by calling it top quality stuff, which, well, it's hard to argue with the songs on there.
True. You mentioned including a best of. Some people might exclude compilations from these kinds of lists.
They often do. But Greenstrokes' random draw method doesn't discriminate, apparently. And you have to ask, is a collection of stone-cold classics like Careless Whisper, Father Figure, Jesus to a Child, Fast Love.
Yeah, just hit after hit.
Is that collection, in its own way, a stronger contender than a single studio album, even a great one like Brave. Green Star Ox clearly thought so in this case. It's like a condensed showcase of peak career moments.
It's almost like a greatest hits album has an unfair advantage in some ways. All killer, no filler, as they say.
You could see it that way. It represents sustained excellence, packaged really effectively. It obviously made a huge impact on Green Star Ox here.
Yeah, you can't deny the power of those songs together. A really strong showing for George Michael. Okay, so if George Michael's Ladies and Gentlemen came in second, that leaves only one album for the top spot in Group 81. And given the title, Green Star Ox gave the group...
Yep. No massive surprise here, perhaps. The winner, taking first place quite decisively, was Led Zeppelin 4.
Knew it. Well, you kind of had to figure, didn't you?
It felt likely. Green Star Ox's verdict was simple and direct. It wins this group thanks to some masterful and powerful rock music.
Masterful and powerful. Understatement of the century, maybe.
Possibly. It's just one of those albums, isn't it? It tops so many greatest ever lists for a reason. Its place in rock history is immense.
Absolutely. Did Green Star Ox mention specific tracks?
They did. Called out the power of Black Dog, the energy of rock and roll, and then, quote, of course, the legendary epic Stairway to Heaven.
Of course. You can't talk about Zeppelin 4 without mentioning Stairway. It's practically mythological at this point.
It really is. So in a group titled, It's Been a Long Time Since That Rock and Roll, having Led Zeppelin 4 just dominate feels, well, appropriate somehow, almost inevitable.
It feels right, yeah. Like a reaffirmation of classic rock's enduring power, even against strong pop and prog contenders. It wasn't just a preference. It feels like acknowledging a monument.
A monument, good word for it. So just to lock it in, the final ranking for Group 81. Number 1, Led Zeppelin 4. Number 2, Ladies and Gentlemen by George Michael, both advancing.
Got it.
Then just missing out in third, Marillion's Brave. And at fourth, Nick Kershaw's Human Racing, a really fascinating group dynamic.